Hi, I'm Rick Cochran. I'm the CEO and founder of College Choice Today. College Choice Today is an online platform that helps students, first and foremost, figure out who they are, aligns that individual and their unique characteristics to the right career, and then the right career to the right educational institution, and then finds funding for them. And lastly, it aligns them to a personal coach to help them through the entire process of figuring out what are you going to be, where are you going to go to school, and how are you going to pay for that. But I'll tell you, it actually started years ago, and it started years ago because I have 5 children. And we kept asking the question, which is, what are you going to be when you grow up? Where are you going to go to school? What are you going to study? And then we asked the question as parents is, how are we going to pay for that? And so what we decided to do is take all of that information and put it in an online platform that can be accessed at any point in time to answer those questions with your own personal coach. Now, as we began to build this business, we were trying to figure out where could we go to help launch this business. So we had an idea, but we needed some place to go to launch that. And when I say launch, it's not only about putting together a business plan, but it's also about having the intellectual resources and a footprint so that you can actually get a business up and get it running and not take years to do that. So we needed a platform to launch this. And through the Waco Chamber of Commerce, we were introduced to the launch program over here at BRIC. So as we put this together, what we realized was that everything that we were going to offer needed to be through a mobile device. It had to be on any type of a platform. But I needed to go somewhere to help me build that and make it mobile and do it immediately. Through the launch program at Baylor, we were not only introduced into a footprint, a place where we could actually launch the business, but we also had what I call the intellectual capital and the wherewithal of the professors to really bring real life to what we were putting together, not just from an academic perspective. And I attribute our ability to go nationally with the ability to do a very quick startup and do what is needed so that we could immediately, literally within the first 30 days, start to drive revenue and self-fund this business. Now, one of the things that I did not think that we were going to get out of this was some of the investors that came on board because we're doing something that matters. They came on board and they were through the Alumni Association, and they were community leaders like Clifton Robinson, Paul McClinton, and Philip Green. All of them are engaged in the Baylor community and outside of the community of Baylor. And they were able to bring financial resources because they saw what we were able to do in a collaborative environment to actually impact students outside of the Texas community. This piece, what was afforded to us through the launch program, the Baylor Research Innovation Collaborative, has far-reaching presence with their Alumni Association, which has now introduced us into the EdTech community in Austin, which is really our next step of launching this business through a beta and a startup and having over 1,000 students going through this nationwide to really begin to be within the household name within every single potential student and at least every individual that is now coming out of high school looking for a job. We would not be where we are today if we were not afforded the resources here. Building it out of a garage did not give us the credibility that we needed, but building it within the BRIC and then the community that came together to help us and the social mission that we have has now led us into Austin, which is expanding us on a national scale.